something that I think you're going to enjoy. Something that's not heavy duty. And we didn't have to get the Bible out today. But see this jazz bass pick guard? Take a good look at it. It's a nice dark burled walnut. Now the one that I had on there was a very light color, and the guitar is a very light color, but the neck is ebony. So what I wanted was to have, obviously, contrast because it looks so much nicer. Alright, so what did I do? How did I do this? Well, that's what I'm about to show you. Now, with the light here, it's going to be, because I've got the plastic top, going to be what it's going to be. A few things you're going to absolutely want. This is so fucking important. I got to tell you time and time again. Go to the store and get this. United States Post Service tape. Before you even begin, I want you to, if you're going to buy this veneer, it is brittle as brittle gets, and you want to take the underside that you're not going to use for the guitar top, and you're going to coat this with at least 1 to 3 anointments of this, and I'll show you when I take this off right now. What I'll do is I'll unscrew everything, because it's got to go on the guitar anyway. This is only a template that I made some time ago. And would you believe, naturally, the one that I was using on the back would have those screws come through right there. So I had to make this little block that I could use, and you could see one of the screws still missed the edge. No wonder it didn't feel funny, or it did feel funny. To make sure, and see, I got one for a 5-string and one for a 4-string. So these are very important to have these little... you make templates out of them, and so you can get this to sit flat. You want this because this gets wavy. This stuff doesn't always sit flat. Some does, some this didn't. It looked like it was from a pond water. So I'm going to go ahead and take these off, and I'll show you what the wood looks just on its own. Hang on just a minute. Righty. So what we do is we very gently remove the clear and set them over, because that's the finished product. Now here, see how wavy and weird this is? That's why it has to sit exactly so. Now, here's the reverse side. The only thing that gives this enough strength that you can work with it is that Postal Service tape. Reason why, because it's wide. You can get nice layers of it. And you want to make sure that you cover spots like this. What's a stupid ass I was. How many times have I done these in the past? And this time I didn't do it. And what did I end up with? I ended up with a crack right here. Look at that. Now that could have been totally, let me see if I can get right in on it. I could have totally avoided that crack completely simply by using the tape first. And I didn't do it. Fucking A. Why do we try to cheap out on shit that's so easy to do? But welcome to humanity. So don't let that happen to you, please. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to very gently enlarge these holes just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit with a, I'll show you what tool I'm going to use. Come on over here. One of these tiny little buggers. That's too big. This one right here. This is the tool I'm going to use. I'm going to put it in a drill and very, very, very gently. Now, don't ever try to do this without that tape on the back, because you're going to split. Instantly split. And as you can see, you definitely don't want to screw it up on the point where you're going to see any problem whatsoever. All right, so let's get it together, and I'll put it on the guitar, and we should be good to go. Now, I wouldn't suggest any sanding now. All the sanding should be done when it's in one piece. When you get it like this, don't monkey with it. Without the tape, they would break off with ease. It's very, very brittle. But with the tape, you still don't want to monkey with it, or you're going to break it and do it again. All right? I'll see you in a minute. In the event you'll see a little tiny tag be down, like that right there, you can go ahead and get that if that's only the tape. But do not attempt to monkey with any of the wood like this, because it's going to chip like I did right there. I just fucked that up myself, so I wanted to be sure to tell you. And don't worry about the lines. If you have more than one line, you're not going to see that. Or maybe we can use the tiniest bit of mineral spirits to take that ink off, but I'm not going to monkey with it. I didn't see that when I had the plastic on, but here's how nice the holes came out. They're all enlarged slightly, so there's not going to be a binding, which could cause a crack. As soon as the screw interrupts that, it's going to cause a crack. Now, I do not like this little hang-me-down. I'm trying to do it with my phone. Now, let's see if I can get it with the phone on it, so you can witness this. This should be a real treat. All right, let's see if I can do this. You got to be shitting me. I think I can. But this is asinine to try to do it on film. But I did it. Okay, good enough. Okay, before I fuck this up by being a knucklehead, I'm going to maybe take a little McGuire's wax, or maybe I'm not. You know what? Some ideas are best left alone. So I think I'm going to leave it alone, just use it like it is. I'll clean up. You see there's a little smudge there. That might be something I could address. But other than that, monkeying with this now, especially with it not held down, flat, I could re-screw it to the wood and then have a nice solid basis. Now, if I start monkeying with it now raw like this, there's chances of breaking it are 100%. All right, let's get this thing mounted. When you do this, push down gently with your finger. If you cannot see it move, that's plenty. The one thing you don't want to do is, that's okay. That little wee bit, I'm not going to sweat that. If I push that screw too hard, I'm going to crack it regardless. Now, the last thing I want to do is get this close to finish and screw the whole thing up. So push down gently. If you don't see it wiggle, it's an awful lot. I mean, just see how it's not hardly wiggling? We're not trying to screw a bridge deck down. You could break it real easy this way. So don't do that. See, that one's wiggling a little bit. I could take that one down a wee bit, tiny bit. That one's okay. Okay, now we're going to just clean this up nice, and it's going to be a done deal, all right? But I will go back and put that on out. Now, I'm not talking a full turn. I'm talking about a quarter of a turn, left than that. As you could see, I don't want to break it now. Gold class Carnauba Plus from McGuire's, and I put it on this test piece to see if it was going to freak it out. And it didn't. It looks beautiful. So that's going to be what I use for the whole thing. You can see I've just coated it with a nice fine allotment of the Carnauba. And we'll go back with a happy cloth right here. One of these fiber deals. We'll clean it up, being very careful we don't snag any of the edges with this fuzzy fiber. Okay, let's take a look at that and see how that works. And always remove your tool. Every time your ideas come out good. But when they do, bless Jesus, this is a nice thing. That's really, the light is not good. That's kind of fucked up too. We got wrong lighting for this. But, yeah, it's not showing you the full color. All right. Well, let's go get it mounted on the guitar, and we'll be, one step closer. Here's the one that I had on the guitar. See, it's a really pretty, it's beautiful. It's got the tiger stripes. It's perfectly fit. It works great. And here's the new one. And here's the guitar it's going on. See, it's a beautiful, it's a Squire. But you know what? Don't let a name detract you from, fuck it, look how beautiful this is. If you like wood grain, you know it's a beautiful guitar when you see it. And then have Warmoth go ahead and make a nice fretless neck. Yeah, they're expensive, but fuck it, you get what you get. And it gets you, oh, it's fucking gorgeous. I love this guitar. This thing is fabulous. It's just great fretless guitar. Reminds you a little of our wonderful friend who's gone on to heaven, hopefully, Jaco Pastorius. So let's get this mounted. And, oh, it's going to bring out the darkness of that neck. Oh, baby, we're going to love it. Back together. But do a little bit of thought first. Wouldn't we really like to clean the guitar nice before we put the pick guard on? Because now's the best time. How about the nice Howard's feed and wax for that beautiful neck? And what about some nice polymetric bowstring wax? Expensive as a motherfucker, but nonetheless, to coat the screws when we put them in the holes so they come out nice the next time. All this preparation work is important because even if you're a fuzzy old bastard like me, at 69 years old, you can learn a few new tricks. And we're going to love this. Oh, you're going to like it. I might even play you a tune. Maybe? Come on. Now, if you're like me, you want it absolutely perfect. Let's see if I can get in here. You'll see the tiniest little bit of extra along the edge. What I'm going to tell you is this. Do not, under any circumstances, attempt to trim this while it's attached to the guitar without loosening the screws, putting a piece of extra, the top piece, you know, that we had scraps, put a scrap under there. So when you take the razor blade and trim this gently, you're not ever going to cut into the finish of the actual guitar, which would really be a pisser. Just avoid doing that. Now look, see this spot over here? See that tiny bit? I'm not happy with that, but there's no way, see how I fucked up and went right across that with a blade earlier on? Well, that's a fuck up. All right, it's obvious. It's a shame too. It didn't need to happen. But I'm going to later on, after I've let it set for a while, go back and I'll loosen, lift the top, slide in some underlayment so I don't cut through and onto the surface itself. That's not what we tried to do. Is try not to avoid the fuck-ups best you can. Just so you know, this is Humble George. Inspected by me. Now, let's get the neck all addressed. We'll use the Howards on the neck. Then we'll set it down, put the neck on. And it's already strung with Tomastic Enfield strings, the very best you could possibly get. Let's get that job done. Oh, that Howard's feeding wax. Now, you don't go sparingly. Pour the living dog shit out of it. I mean, anoint the living piss out of that neck. Let it sink right into the wood nice. It's drinking it right up. Oh, it's loving it. Yeah, and it smells like you're right in the middle of a friggin' orchard in Florida. Oh, it's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Now, what I might do, because there was some marks in the fretboard due to the strings, I might take a little 4/0 steel wool and just gently address the neck or the fingerboard. And look what a nice job Warmoth does. Putting these are beautiful maple inlays where the frets would be, so you can see what's going on. Now, unlike Tony, these dots are where a normal guitar would be. His are where the frets are. So if you get I'm thinking of his last name. He's a wonderful guy too, I think from England. Name is Tony. It'll come to me. He's an awesome, awesome guy. Just a sweetheart of a human being and a hell of a great guitarist. Tony Franklin, bless Jesus. Yes, Tony Franklin. Fucking A. Well, he's got his own guitar out with his name on it, and these dots would be moved to where he can enjoy playing them. See? Warmoth, I could have had him do it, but I didn't. So, but I'm used to where things are. I'm used to my fret marker here, but this is where it's going to read off of. Marker here, but this is where it's going to read off of. Actually, honest to God, with a fretless, my advice to you is turn the fucking lights off. Pitch black. Turn on a record you love. Find individual tones with your fingers. Shut your eyes even if necessary. And just go by your ears on what sounds perfectly intonated. All right. This is open. This is a string for that. This is open. You know what I'll show you what I mean. But don't be afraid of a fretless, for crying out loud. If you can tell when two strings are in harmonics with each other, you're in like Flynn. Now it's just a matter of muscle memory for your fingers to understand what your fucking brain wants it to say. As soon as you get coordinated, the best thing to do is fucking relax. Do not make it a project worse than it has to be. Relax. You're having fun. You're playing music. Am I as good as Tony Franklin? Fuck no. How about Victor Wooten? Am I as good? No. But I'm a human being. And I'm alive right now. And this is a good thing. And so are those wonderful guys. Notice how the surfboard comes right out to the end? Because I had him put extra fucking frets in this puppy. Woohoo! Because why not? Look at all the real estate you got. All right. We're going to put the neck on after I get this shiny and nice, and I'll see you next. I'm excited, sure you can see the line in the neck. Can you? Well, follow. There should be a bigger one over here. See them? You can barely see them, but you can see them. See them? See the little marks it's made? Now watch. Follow it right up. and all of a sudden, they vanish. What the fuck? This is why. Right here. Very gently, very gently. Not trying to reach. Oh, fucking A, you gotta feel this. My God, that is as soft as a horse's nose. When you get up to here, oh, not so much. So what do? Watch. You take this, watch this shit happen before your very eyes. I'm doing it left-handed. Must be a special day for me. It's usually only for special occasions, the left hand. Yeah, we'll leave that alone. All right, now, it is tough to hold the phone and to do this, but I'm not pressing down hard. I'm just very gently. I don't want to fuck the neck up. I just want to take those marks off. Okay? Watch this shit. It's hard to keep it in focus, especially with my glasses on and then trying to do it. Let me get this done. I'll be right back. Remember what size wool I said? 4/0. 4 of the bastards. 4/0. Very fine. Equal to about 1,500 grit sandpaper, but we're not putting lines in it. We're just following the natural curve. You can feel it with your hands now. See all those marks are gone? You're taking down maybe hundreds of thousands. You're not taking anything measurable off the neck. It's not going to sound fucked up now. It's going to sound wonderful because the strings are going to be so smooth. And every one of these little spots you could feel is not higher and it's not lower. It's going to be totally smooth. So enough with the neck. Let's get another appointment of the Howards on there so it's happy. And then we'll be done with that. And put the gears with the Howards. The last, it's nice and dry. Oh, I wish they had feel-o-vision. Well, maybe it's a good thing we don't. Porn would really rise on the horizon. But at any event, here's the deal. Look how nice that is. As nice or nicer when it came in the mail years ago. It's fucking awesome. And what a sound this guitar has. Now listen, it was so good that I left Squire Custom on there and Warmouth also. Neither of these two industries should you be afraid of at all in the least. They put out excellent stuff. Excellent. Is everything excellent? No. But neither is Gibson, neither is Fender, neither is PRS, none of them. None of them have 100% everything is wonderful. You get excellent once in a while. You get extraordinary once in a while. You get mundane once in a while. Some guitars sing. Others, not so much. That's why it's nice to have a bunch of guitars. It's nice to know what a good guitar is from a fucking mediocre guitar. Like your first guitar you ever started with when you were a kid. With me, it was a Decca acoustic with more action on it than a fucking battleship. Son of a bitch. It had nylon strings, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And after all these years, I still ain't 100% sure. But I'm getting the hang of it little by little. What I'm getting to is an excellent musician can play a piece of shit and make it sing. A normal musician needs a decent... you need to like the instrument so much you'll play it. If the thing sucks, you're never going to play it. It's going to sit in the corner collecting dust. And you're going to say, fuck it, and go ride a mini bike or something. So the deal is, get something that you really, really like. Now, will the most expensive guitar on the market make you an excellent player? Fuck no. You'll never be as good, any better than the amount of time you're willing to put into it and asking God for the anointing to play music better. Without God, you're fighting up a hill battle. With God, you can do all things with Christ who strengthens you. All things. How many is that? That's all. What does all mean? Last I knew, it meant fucking all. When you try to oversee things and try to add more to it than you wanted to, I mean, what does it take for bacon and eggs? Bacon and eggs. Do we really need the salt and pepper? No. Especially not with the fucking bacon. Should the bacon be honey cured or maple cured? Be nice. How about hickory smoked? Fucking liking it. Okay, let's get back to this. I'm getting hungry for breakfast. Because of the way, I just loosened the strings up nice. Just enough to get the neck off before. And it sets heel in first and push gently down the front. Don't go straight down. Heel, toe. But boom. Set it right in. As you can see, all I got to do now is put the back plate on. Tighten it up nicely like you would a drum head. Tighten her up. Put the little keepers under where they go. Notice, see, there's a little bit of tension on this. Under there, it's got a little bit more. Extremely important thing to show you. With warmoth necks, a standard screw length may be too long, which means if you use a standard screw length, you may pop the fucking fretboard right off the top of it and fuck up the whole neck. And for $600 or $700, fucking up the neck is not what you're trying to achieve. Make sure you measure and cut the end of the son of a bitch off. It's fucking, come on, focus. Cut the end of the bastard off. Make sure that you cannot, under any circumstances, fuck the fingerboard up. Do that for a warmoth neck, maybe for all necks. But make damn sure what you're doing before you do it. Because a fuck up at this point... seasoned guitarists, but for you guys who are new to this, these do not have to be put in so fucking tight that you're ready to strip them out. What you need to do is gently draw them together. Draw them gently until the neck rises up and fits right into the pocket, just as nice as a mouse. What you're looking for, if I can get the focus phone to do it, is to give you a nice... Come on, you fucker. I wish the A had auto adjust, where you could adjust the son of a bitch to your own liking. But that isn't fucking happening any day soon, is it? Or, well, rather than complain, oh, fuck, I can't even tell what the fuck's going on. I can't see it. Come here, you rotten bastard. Focus in there, you fuck. All right. I think now you can tell. It's nice. That's what you want. You want a nice fitment. Concentric with what you're trying to achieve. And now you're happy. But it happens by drawing those screws in very, very, very gently as you go. And now we just got to tune it up and have some fun playing it. That's where we're at now. Alrighty, let's see what we got. Well, the amplifiers are on, it's set up for guitar, but it'll be okay for what we're trying to do. Just to give you a little something to hear. Let's try this puppy out. I did just use the super snark to get us in good shape. Well, after about an hour or two of practicing, I might be actually worth half a shit. And I'm gonna spend some time monkeying with it. But how does it look? Does it look nice? Does the neck look nice now? Does it look like it's supposed to be this way rather than the blonde pick guard? The blonde was nice, but it just didn't do anything for the guitar. It was there, but it was just not really doing much. So let's hope and pray we got her this time, guys. That's it from Humble George. Veneers can be found online. You can even get them off of eBay. I'll try to find out and maybe put a link to who I use because he's a great supplier. Of all the veneers I got, this was probably the shittiest example of it, but it wasn't unusable. Otherwise, it's been outstanding. So I think you can tell the guitar works even after all we've done to it. And I'll be happy when I look back at this video and see I like the whole thing. So God bless you. Sorry for the shoddy playing. I've been playing guitar for the last 4 or 5 weeks. I haven't touched the bass much. I realize the strings are the same, E, A, D, and G, but on a 7 string it starts with a B, and I could play that right now. I'm used to that. This switching back and forth sometimes takes a wee bit of doing, but nothing you can't do with a little bit of practice. And it's all good for you. Don't ever shy away from going from one instrument to another. It's wonderful, wonderful fun. And As you can see, I have even been trying to resurrect the old violin, get that thing out here and monkey with that, but it's, until you've got some type of a hang of that, it is torture. It sounds like you're raping a porcupine with a knitting needle. It's just not cool. All right, enough for Humble today. Bye-bye, everyone. God bless you. Don't forget to subscribe and to comment and to like, because it helps me, and that's a good thing. Bye-bye.